Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you caught my live appearance last night on reality-based Ryan, you would have seen maybe about 20 minutes into the live stream, I was looking at my phone and my friend had messaged me to say that...
Telling hot dog.
Oh no!
This is the...
Oh no!
What's
I've
the
just
matter?
seen some news. Oh, this is awful. Michelle Trachtenberg, she's passed
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Oh man, Buffy's younger sister's passed away. That is sad news. Oh God. Her finest moment for me, and I know this is probably very inappropriate to say this, was in Eurotrip. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Yeah, that's her finest moment. Anybody who's seen Eurotrip will know exactly what I'm talking about. Michelle Trachtenberg had passed away. You will know her as Buffy's younger sister Dawn in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She was a really good actress, and I thought she was older than she appeared to be, but actually she was 39. Now, the cause of death, they haven't actually said what it is yet. I did see on a live stream that she had a liver transplant. She may have had maybe some type of eating disorder, because it is noted in her most recent appearance. That's probably where she was. No, she was looking okay then, but some people have actually said that she was getting very thin and gaunt. But that's the Michelle Trachtenberg I always remember back in her real peak years. She was absolutely phenomenal. Right, so here you go, folks. This is pretty recent, actually. So Michelle Trachtenberg hits back at health criticism 1 year before her death. And look, I'm a stickler for appearances, and if you look genuinely awful or gaunt or frail, you have to call it out, right? It's terrible. And you know, if someone goes on the defense and says, listen, nothing's wrong with me, then something clearly is wrong with you. It's such a shame, actually. I was really shocked because I was a pretty big fan of Trachtenberg. Her appearances in Gossip Girl were good, even though that show was absolutely cringe for the most part. But RIP Michelle Trachtenberg. But the real shocker, and I only found out this morning, funny enough, is Gene Hackman. One of my all-time favorite actors passed away with his wife and with their dog. They were all found together dead in their Santa Fe home in New Mexico. So I'm going to get into this just very so slightly. So as reported by Variety, they were found in their Santa Fe home Wednesday afternoon. There is no immediate indication of foul play, though a cause of death has not yet been provided. And that's the key word, folks. Immediate. There is no immediate cause of death. So, of course, my Columbo mind goes into overdrive, and I think to myself, well, if they're all found dead at the same time and there's no immediate cause of whatever, I'm not going to say the word again, it makes me suspicious. That's all I'm going to say. You can probably read into it how you want to, folks. I'm pretty sure we're on the same mindset here. And really, really sad, 95 years old, the last film that he made. In fact, let's just go to the article here from Variety. Two-time Oscar winner for The French Connection, where of course he played Popeye Doyle, a role that he was very uncomfortable on taking on in the beginning, because the character of Doyle is a racist. He's everything basically, and Hackman isn't those things. He just wanted to back away, but William Friedkin, from what I remember, really coaxed him into playing that role. And of course, if you watch the film carefully and you watch his performance, he does some of his own stunts as well, actually, like when he's outside the apartment in New York and he gets shot at from a sniper, and that's him doing the forward roll. It's really, really cool stuff. I thought, man, this guy is a badass. You know, throughout his career, Gene Hackman has always impressed the living hell out of me. I even watched Mississippi Burning at the cinema, at the National Film Theatre. and he just blew me away. And of course, we all saw Unforgiven, and what a great performance he turned in there. I know his last film was Welcome to Mooseport in 2004. Some people found that a bit of an odd choice, that you're going to retire on such a low-brow note. Again, Downhill Racer, Robert Redford, another screen icon, 1969, very good film. People don't remember that one. Obviously, the Poseidon Adventure, French Connection 2, which wasn't terrible actually. It was all right. Bat 21, which I own on Blu-ray, funny enough. And for those of you who don't know what happened to Gene Hackman after he retired, he became a successful author and had a succession of very well-received books. So it's really sad that, again, all of this has happened. Enemy of the State with Will Smith. Now, this is Will Smith at the time when he was just becoming really more popular as a big screen actor. And I felt that Mr. Smith held his own, not only against Tommy Lee Jones with Men in Black, but also with the Gene Hackman in Enemy of the State. I mean, again, when you look at the Enemy of the State character that Hackman plays, it's very similar to the one that he played in 1974 for Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation. So yeah, if you check those two performances together, it's kind of like the characters come out of semi-retirement for Tony Scott.
Your phone was a GPS sat tracker. Pulses at 24 gigahertz.
I don't know what that means.
It's like a low jack, only 2 generations better than what the police have.
And what does that mean?
You speak English?
Obviously not that well.
You're kind of a jerk, aren't you?
So it should also be noted here from the Variety article that Hackman, at the age of 16, lied about his age to join the Marines, stationed in Shanghai, Hawaii, and Japan. And while he was there, he was also a DJ and news broadcaster, despite, wait for it, having a fear of microphones. Well, that's code word for having stage fright, ladies and gentlemen. When I started out as an install DJ at a radio station for a very well-known retailer in the UK, I was quaking my boots every single time I was about to speak on the mic. So it's more of that and less of this beautiful thing right here. And in 1956, took a variety of odd jobs while working in summer theatre and studying with George Morrison. That year, he married his first wife, Faye Maltese. The two of them would have 3 children before divorcing in 1986. And then they mentioned his stage work on Broadway. And I do remember Ben Stiller recalling a very unusual moment on the Royal Tenenbaums where Hackman actually let loose with a tirade of 4-letter words at him and other members of the cast. I don't know why that was. Maybe Hackman was having a bad day, but from what I know, from what I've heard about the guy from other actors speaking fondly of him, he's a very nice, amiable kind of guy.
But I would say probably Gene was the best actor that I'd ever worked with. I think Sean Connery was the biggest star I'd ever worked with.
And that's The Untouchables.
Yeah. And
it's just really sad to hear this news. I mean, I know the Grim Reaper will come for us all eventually. It's a grim thing to say. I know that. Crimson Tide, Hoosiers, which I watched with my mum, funny enough, last year, because she saw me watching this movie and she kind of kept coming in and out of the living room. Then she decided to sit down and watch it with me, and she actually liked the film. And if you haven't seen Hoosiers, it's really, really good with Barbara Hershey. So that's all I have to say, folks. It's just been one of those times where, oh, your favorite icons of the small or big screen, they're going to eventually pass away, and you have to accept that. But I saw this interview with Terry Wogan. He himself passed away a long time ago. I'll give this a like, but I thought we'd just watch a, oh look, seems that people have been watching this as well. So let's have a quick look.
How about playing Lex Luthor in Superman? You enjoy playing the baddie, do you?
It's great fun. I must say, it's like a license to steal. Almost anything you do is going to be okay because he's a kind of a flamboyant character and deranged and all the things that actors love to play.
It's the best part in the movie, really.
I think
isn't
so,
it, Lex
yes.
Luthor?
I wouldn't play Superman for anything.
You don't envy
See, I think Hackman would have made a great Bond villain if there was a perfect film for him to be that kind of guy. Maybe like when when Christopher Walken was in A View to a Kill, if you had maybe Hackman in that role, or maybe even Al Pacino, that would have been an interesting casting choice. Even Al Pacino has said that he would like to have been a Bond villain. He would have been fantastic. But that's all I have to say on this one, folks. Big shocker. I wasn't expecting it. As I've said, I think I'm going to treat my Columbo-like mind with a hint of suspicion regarding the 3 occupants in the household in Santa Fe, New Mexico. All at the same time, something is definitely amiss there. I thought Mr. Hackman was perfectly happy retiring in that part of America with his lovely wife who he married in 1991. So it's, you know what, the thing about me, I kind of, it's like a pact almost. Maybe this is something they decided upon a few years ago. I know I'm being speculative, but you know, like I've said, you got to think about these things when the news is reported this way. So on that one, ladies and gentlemen, I promise I will be coming back with a much more upbeat video after this one. If you enjoyed my tribute to Gene Hackman and Michelle Trachtenberg today, please leave a like below. Please hit the subscribe button. And if I were you, and if you were me, you might want to return for the next video.
There's got to be 100 drunk girls here, and we should be trying to have sex with every one of them.
Hello? Mixed company?
What?
I'm a girl.
No, you're not. Yeah, he's just a cool guy with long hair.
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time. I hereby serve notice. He's serving notice to you. That these walls here. Will you shut up, please? You. All right, take him away, boys. You don't hear me.